Hey guys, in this 5-minute tutorial, I'm going to break down how to do a roll into a shoulder lift. It looks like this. Okay, so the first thing we're going to want to do for this move is stretch out our necks and get our glutes fired up so that they're ready to lift the legs as we roll over into the shoulder roll. So let's start with a little bit of neck movement. I'm going to reach ear to shoulder, chin to chest, ear to shoulder, and around. Going the other direction, ear to shoulder, chin to chest, ear to shoulder, and around. Now here I'm reaching my hand up to the top of my head, gently pressing down, and then reaching my other arm up, reaching, like I'm trying to get something just out of reach, reaching for the floor. Right about here, you might feel a little bit of stickiness. Hang out there, lean into the stickiness. Take a deep breath, try to feel that open. And then ear to shoulder on the other side. Hand on top of the head, heavy. Reach the arm up, reaching out and down and reaching for the floor. And then hang out in that stickiness, rotating side to side. And down, again reaching. Again, big rotations through the neck. Looking over one shoulder, looking over the other shoulder. Okay, next movement we're gonna do, get our glutes activated. We're staying belly down. I'm reaching one toe up to the ceiling, and here I'm just gonna lift. I'm trying to keep my knee pointed in, my toe externally rotated. You should be keeping your hip bone on the floor as you lift, so it's not this, but hip down, toe reaching up. And then 10 on the other side, knee in, toe out, reaching up. You're gonna have to work really hard to get that knee to turn in. It's gonna wanna go like this, external. So toe is out, knee is in. And we go for 10 on each side. Press up into your cobra. Sit back. Now here I'm going to show you the beginning of the first half of this movement. So the first half of the movement looks like this. Yeah? So to get ready, to get prepped for that movement alone, I'm going to start here in my high cobra. Roll forward onto my chest, onto my ear, onto my cheek. And I'm not looking forward here. So I'm not looking forward at the mirror. I'm looking over my shoulder as they go. As my chest reaches down, I'm gonna kick my toes up to the ceiling. Again, just like we did in our warm-up exercise, our activation exercise, I'm using my toe to reach and I'm using my glute to initiate that movement. So we're here and we go. Let's go for 10. 4, 5. What I see a lot of people do, take a little break, we'll do 5 more, is they keep their heads lifted or they try to pull their face away from the floor. Really important that you let your body roll onto your cheek, onto the side of your face, and that you're not looking forward. So you don't want to be going like this rolling, you want to be looking over your shoulder as you roll. So here, I'm rolling down, looking over my shoulder for 5 more. 3, 2, 1, and sit back. Okay, so once we've done it from cobra and we feel really good about it, Now we can do it from a kneeling position. A couple of things to note here. Here's how the movement looks if you're coming from a kneel. Reaching the hips forward, glutes are engaged. My hands are going to be helping slow my roll. So I'm not going like this. I'm starting here. And try to hold that position up at the top for as long as possible as you go. So I'm using my butt to kick my legs up to the ceiling, letting the momentum roll me onto my chest and the side of my face. I feel my cheekbone on the floor as I reach the toes up. Let's go for 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so if you're finding that that's difficult or that it's causing pain to your hip bones, what I notice with a lot of people who are first learning this movement is that they'll get here, feel super strong in this position, and then as they start to drop down, they stick their butt back and pike at the waist, and that throws their face forward and sticks their butt back, so you actually can't roll. And this is a very exaggerated version, but even if you pike just a little bit, it will end up clunk, clunk onto your knees and onto your hip bones. So you want to make sure that you're pushing your hips forward in order to roll down the thighs, the hips, the torso, up to the chest and the side of your face. Let's try 2 more of these. We're going down and back, down and back. And just get used to this motion. Take a moment to pause the video, practice it, make sure that you've got that feeling really solid before we continue on and put this into the transition where our head is sweeping underneath us.